In this lecture, we're going to learn how to add colors to our black and white images. Okay, so let's say you have black and white image and you just can't get back the colors, you just can't get back the original image, and you really need that image colored. Okay, so there's actually a trick you can follow to regain back your colors in Photoshop. Okay, so just go ahead and open your folder. Of course, you know the folder on camera raw and color in Photoshop. So go ahead and bring in this image, this black and white to color, this BW to color. So bring in the image, and now there's one rule you have to follow when coloring black and white images. The rule is you have to get a sample image, that's a reference image rather. Now you have to get a reference image that has similar lighting, or at least close to similar. So the lighting has to be close to similar, and also the skin tones you want to replicate should be close to similar. Okay, so that's the first step you have to do, and we can go back to our folder and open, and then come and select this image. This image is called reference image. Hit open. Now this image doesn't have the same lighting or perfect lighting just like the one we had, because the one we have has light coming from the right hand side, right, hitting the face, and then we have shadows here, while this one has a different thing altogether. But we can admit that there is still some light hitting from the right hand side. Okay, but the most important thing is the skin tones. So we have to get the reference image whose skin tones we want to replicate. Okay, so go ahead and click and drag into our image. Perfect. Now the first thing we want to do is, you guessed it, create color palettes. Okay, so just like we did in the last video, we have to create color palettes. So we have to select our highlights, midtones, and shadows. Okay, and the last time we learned how to do that by sampling using the eyedropper tool. Right now, this time I want to use a different trick. This time I just want to use the average blur effect. So select our image and then take your marquee select tool, that's this tool, or let's just use this guy here, the elliptical marquee tool. Perfect. So we have our tool selected, and now you just need to come and select on your image to select the highlight. So let's see. So this is a perfect example of a highlight. So this is our highlight. So now just while selecting on your image, go to filters and then go to blur. Okay, and then average. Click on average, and now it has averaged out the colors for us, and we now have a single color representing our highlights. Okay, now we can do same for our midtones, and for our midtones we will just choose an area like this. So this area will just be perfect for our midtones. We select our area, go to filters and average, and then for our shadows, now we want to select, see this area. Okay, we can admit that our image doesn't have so much shadows, right? So this area will just do. So I'm just going to marquee select in this area, and it's going to average our selection. So go to filter and average. Perfect. Now we have our highlights, our midtones, and our shadows. So deselect, and now we just want to create color palette with this. Okay, so I'll just do this. I'll just create a new layer, take my brush tool, make my hardness 100%, and my size should just be this much, and then I'll just hit I from my eyedropper tool, and let's choose the point sample this time, and then come on sample on our highlights. So sample on your highlights, hit B for a brush tool, click here, just dab to have our highlight, and then hit I, sample the midtone, hit B, get our midtone, hit I, sample the shadows, and then hit B and create the shadows. Perfect. So all you need to do now is delete or maybe hide our reference image. Now we can use this color palette to colorize our image. So the next thing we'll do is go ahead and create our gradient map. So click here and create gradient map, and now we have to bring our gradient map below our color palette and then select our color palette in our gradient map. Okay, so for the dark color, I want to choose my shadow. So select, double click, and come and sample my shadow. Okay, so we can see that it's not sampling. So let's just click out and try this one more time. Okay, let's try choosing a different sampling method. Okay, so double click here and hit OK, and we can see that it's behaving like that because our gradient map mask was selected. Okay, so I thought it's the sampling method, but it's actually because the mask was selected. Okay, so make sure your map is selected, click, and now let's go in and now sample our color. So let's do that one more time. Sample our color. Okay, so make sure it's sampled. Okay, make sure it's sampled, hit OK. Okay, not yet. Just create your midpoint for your midtones and sample our midtones, and then for our highlight and sample our highlights. Let's try that again. Perfect. So we now have our highlights, our midtones, and our shadows selected. Hit OK. Take your blending mode to color. So our blending mode has to be color. Okay, blending mode has to be color. Perfect. Now select our mask and hit Ctrl I or Command I on the mask to hide our mask and begin to paint on our skin. Okay, so select your mask, hit B for your brush tool, and just reduce the size of your brush, or rather the hardness, and now we can start painting on our skin. We can start revealing our skin tones just like this. Perfect. So we reduce the size of our brush whenever we deem fit. Okay, and we can actually use a lower flow if we want. Okay, but we can also use a 100% flow, and then later on go ahead and reduce our opacity. It all depends on your image and what works best for you. Okay, so I'll just work with my flow on 100 since I have started like that. So I'll just go ahead and paint on our skin. So you can see that right now we are revealing our skin color. So paint here also, just reduce my brush size. So you can see how we are now regaining our colors. Okay. So I'm just going to avoid my lips because I want to come and add the red color to my lips. So I'll just avoid my lips for now and only apply the color on my face. So I'll just hit X so as to hide or erase some of these parts, okay. You can see that it's a bit too much on the lips, it's a bit appearing on the lips, and we want to just erase it. Hit X to go back to color mode and keep painting on my mask. I'll just go ahead and paint the ears, and I also want to avoid the hair because we want to give the hair a different tone. So you can see that I'm not really taking my time to achieve really clean painting, okay, but of course you can take your time to achieve a better painting. I'm gonna hit X to clean some of these other areas that got painted. Perfect. So now you've seen, guys, that we've been able to recover most of our skin. There is still some work to do. There's still some more work to do. Now we can go ahead and go into our blending options and go to blend if, and let's blend using our underlining layer, right? So let's reduce the color on some of the dark parts like this. Just create this perfect blend and do same with the bright parts, okay? Hit OK. Now we can see that areas like this don't have so much color. Now we can go ahead and reduce our opacity. Okay, so maybe 90 or 89 will do. And we can also go into our gradient and furthermore adjust the colors. We can see that we have two colors here and we shouldn't have that. Let's just delete some of these ones. Delete. We should only have 3 colors for this image. Of course, you can have more colors depending on your kind of image. So let's just select that highlight and perfect. Now I just want to create another, or not another one, let's just create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. So this time I just want to hit colorize. Perfect. So right now I just want to use this to colorize our hair and parts of her clothes. Okay, so select our layer mask and Ctrl I to invert and hit B for brush. Just increase our brush size and let's just start dabbing on our hair to reveal parts of our colorize effect, okay, of our hue and saturation effect. Perfect. So we just want to add this sparingly. Okay, perfect. So we want to give it that what would I call this vibe now? We just want to give it this look, okay? This look. We don't want it to be totally brown, but we want to give it this highlight look of brown, okay? Perfect. I hope that explains my point. So in our blend if, I'm just going to create another blend, okay? Perfect. Let's see what a different blend mode will give us. So let's see color. So we can see that color also does a great job with the hair. So of course we can reduce the opacity. Perfect. And let's select our layer. That's our what do we call it? Our hue and saturation. Select our mask and let's just reveal some of that color on the cloth. Okay. Perfect. So we can see how we've also colorized her dress. And the next and final thing will be to work on the lips. Okay, let's just create a new layer and hit B for brush. Let's select red color Perfect. Now let's color our skin or our lips with red. Use the size color with red. So we can see that our flow is quite much. I'll just delete this layer and create another layer and reduce my flow to let's see 25%. And now let's do this one more time. So I'll just speed this up to finish and then come back when I'm done. Perfect guys, so we are done coloring our skin, or rather our lips, and from here on you know what to do, right? So just go to your blending mode and select color. Perfect, and perfectly blended. We've perfectly blended our lips and we can see that all our colors look incredibly amazing now. Now we can just go in and fix the blending a bit more. So just go to your blend div, alt click or option click, alt click or option click to create that blend, right? So that we have our highlights coming up here and our shadows really blending with our color very well, incredibly well. Okay, so this is what we now have. Perfect. Hit OK, and yeah, we can furthermore reduce the opacity of our lips, and if we think we still need some more painting, we can go ahead and add some more painting. Okay, perfect, incredible. So I'll just hide my palette, and this is our image. You see, we've turned our image from this to this, basically added colors to our image. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. I'll just go ahead and save my file. So black and white to color, hit save, hit OK, and perfect. So that's it for this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Hey, so that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. We post new videos every week covering topics in the fields of graphic design and illustration, motion graphics and video, branding, and more. If you want to support us and get access to exclusive benefits such as the project files we use in our classes, live chat with us, shoutouts, and more, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can join for as little as $3 a month, and the link to our Patreon page is in the description below. And if you want to take your learning to the next level, you can check out the complete course, of which this episode is a part of. And in the complete course, you get access to more than 10 hours of video lessons, project files and resources, class exercises, a Q&A section, a certificate of completion, and more. You can get the course for a special discount by using the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.